TMartin Josh OG scandal. Three years ago. Oh my god, there's so much. Part 1.
Hold on to your pants, it's about to go down. This may be the biggest scandal in COD community which has nothing to do with Call of Duty. Please support my channel because after this, the fanboys will send so much hate towards me that I will need all the support that I can get. It all started when a story broke out on FaZe Clan at CSGO news channel, specifically on Rain and Adapt faking reactions and gambling on CSGO sites such as csgowild.com. By the way, watch the full video so that it makes clear sense to you. After watching Rain and Adapt's story, I thought to myself, we have other COD YouTubers who visit these gambling sites and win.
Wait, what story? Watch what video? Watch what video?
Adapt faking reactions and gambling on CSGO sites such as csgowild.com. By the way, watch the full video so that it makes clear sense.
H33? Deception lies in CSGO. Warning, this video is protected by fair use. Any illegal removal
Those of you out there who know us best know that we here at H3 Productions are all about blasting ass. And it has been such a long time since I've just taken such a nice steaming load on another person's chest, and I feel like now is the time to do it. And luckily I found one of the shadiest things I have ever seen on my time on YouTube, and trust me,
I won't lie.
this is definitely me when I've seen all the shadiest shit on YouTube, and this is worse than all of it.
I swear that I watched this one 10 times.
Today we're talking...
Hold on, I need a drink. Hold on. This is gonna be fucking... Dude, this... I remember watching this a long time ago.
Gambling, which is really something that's taken the internet by storm these past couple of years. And it seems like these gambling sites are popping up all over the place, and there's some controversy stewing around it. Now I know Gabe and Valve are memes, they're supposed to be the saviors of the internet and all that, but underneath all this, there's some really shady shit going on with Valve, and even more with the people operating these sites themselves. And I kind of want to give you guys an overview from top down just to show you how fucked up this shit has gotten. Now, according to this Bloomberg article entitled "Virtual Weapons Are Turning Teen Gamers into Serious Gamblers," they allege that these gambling sites take 2.3 billion trades just in 2015. 2.3 billion. That's a huge industry. For those of you who are not familiar with Counter-Strike, it's basically a multiplayer game where you shoot each other. But the big pull of the game right now is the virtual items you can own in the game. So you can get a really cool looking AK-47, and they range in price from 1 cent all the way up to like $4,000. And the way you obtain these skins is by buying a key that costs $250 to opening crates that randomly drop in the game. And it feels like Valve itself has specifically designed this game to operate almost exactly like a slot machine. When you compare opening a crate in CSGO, it looks almost identical to an online slot machine. The only difference is that you have to be over the age of 21 or people will go to prison. Opening crates? Everybody's welcome. Kids invited. Valve has created a loophole for themselves by claiming that CSGO skins aren't money and therefore it's not gambling. But if you look, you can immediately sell these skins for real money. In addition to Valve's own system for opening crates, tons of CSGO gambling sites have propped up in the past couple of years. These gambling sites are fairly simple. You basically just put in your skins, do a coin toss against other players, essentially just putting all your money into a pile and flipping a coin to see who wins. Now this is when it gets really interesting. People have created a class action lawsuit against Valve, suing them for helping these gambling sites. So what this lawsuit alleges is that Valve knowingly allowed, supported, and or sponsored illegal gambling by allowing millions of Americans to link their individual Steam accounts to third-party websites. Furthermore, because Valve has helped to create an unregulated international gambling concern with no oversight that targets teenagers, plaintiffs and the class have been damaged. This unregulated market is ripe for scams, cheating, fraud, and other harm to users. Their kids lost money, and the parents came together saying, well, this is illegal. Why are you allowing my kids to gamble on your site? And they had this premonition like, this is an unregulated gambling market that's ripe for scams and fraud. okay? And this is where this story is going next, and this is when it gets so crazy, guys. I'm gonna be focusing on two extremely popular YouTubers by the name of Syndicate and TMartin. And these guys are huge CSGO players. Together they have a combined sub count of well over 10 million. Now these two guys have a ton of CSGO gambling videos on their YouTube pages where they're winning huge amounts of money. They have videos titled such as how to win $13,000 in 5 minutes with CSGO betting. Now if that title doesn't sound just like a get rich quick scheme, then I'm the fucking Pope. Play now and win $10,000, right? Like, are you creating entertainment or are you trying to get kids to gamble? And they're both always playing on the same site, CSGO Lotto.
You know what? Today I woke up and thought, let's do something stupid. And that certain thing of stupidness is I'm putting my ARP Dragon Lore Factory New on the line. I'm gambling on CSGO Lotto. I'm going for the Jewel Arena, 50-50 chance of winning.
What if I told you that they were being paid by CS Lotto to, you know, introduce children to gambling and get people to go on their site? And they didn't even disclose it in the description. They didn't say paid by, they didn't say sponsored. What if I told you that these two slimy fucks actually own this website? TMartin is the president and Syndicate is the vice president. They created it together. They don't disclose it in the description. They don't disclose it in the videos. They own this site. Now, why is this shady? Because if they own the site, they have access to the back end of the website. They can control the outcome of every bet. They can fake the results to make promoting videos. And, by the way, it's illegal to not disclose if you've been paid or work for a company to promote or review that product. So no, they don't work for them. They fucking own it, dude. I mean, I've never...
Oh my god. I don't know. I find this so funny. Is it just me? I find this so fucking funny. Oh fuck.
They own this site. Now, why is this shady? Because that these two slimy fucks actually own this website. TMartin is the president and Syndicate is the vice president. They created it together. They don't disclose it in the description. They don't disclose it in the videos. They own this site. Now, why is this shady? Because if they own the site, they have access to the back end of the website.
This is funny.
They can control the outcome of every bet. They can fake the results to make promoting videos. And, by the way, it's illegal to not disclose if you've been paid or work for a company to promote or review that product. So no, they don't work for them. They fucking own it, dude. I mean, I've never heard of a gambling site that allows their employees, let alone their owners, to play on it because it's highly immoral and shady as fuck. Now here's a video by Syndicate entitled, "Winning Big, Money, 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 exclamation, exclamation, woo woo! Kids, come on, anyone can play of any age." And here in the description, he says, site used CSGO Lotto. Like, it's almost incidental. Like, oh, and by the way, this is the site I used. So if you guys, want to do this, not that it affects me, but you can click this link, site used.
Hold on. I don't know why I'm watching this right now. I don't know why. I thought it was funny. Like, how did this come up again? Oh yeah, we were looking at the keys. We were looking at how Steam banned keys trading or whatever, and then we just kind of got into this, and now we're watching this, and now I think it's kind of funny. So we're just gonna watch it, and we're gonna have some fun. All right, so let's have some fun. Can I get some smiley faces in the chat, please? Let's have some fun. Hey, Hyper, what's up, Hyper? What's up, Hyper? All right, let's have fun.
Welcome your faces today to the ultimatum of gambling on CSGO Lotto, where today we are throwing down with a starting bid of $50, then $100, then $200, then $400, then $800.
So here he, fairy tale story, $50 up to thousands in a 13-minute video. Terrific stuff here, guys.
Galil, I've never seen. We won already! Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Yes! Yes! That's the way. I like it.
Do you think it's possible he faked his reaction and faked the actual results of the bet? It's possible. It's very possible. I don't know if he did, but it's possible, and that's why you don't gamble on your own site. It doesn't need to be said. It's obscene. Now, this isn't even the first time that Pro Syndicate has been in trouble with the FTC for not disclosing his ties to a game he's reviewed. In 2005, he showed himself playing a game many times on his channel called Dead Realm that he was an owner of. He invested in this game, and he posted videos of him playing it and didn't disclose his financial ties to the game. You would think that by now he would have learned his lesson and been more forthcoming about his ties to these institutions, but he's still
That is true. Why wouldn't he disclose it?
Now, how do we know that they
Why wouldn't he
own it?
disclose it?
This YouTuber, the small YouTuber who did this amazing research called Honor the Call, by the way, the link is in the description. Check this guy out. He's done amazing research. He basically discovered the registration of the business that has all of their names on it. So there's no doubt that these guys own this company, okay? And since he kind of busted this story, they've been in full, damage control mode. TMartin went to his YouTube channel and posted this vlog saying, yes, I am the part owner of CSGOLotto.com, full story. And he tries to explain how it's not that big of a deal.
Basically, what's breaking news now is that myself and a few other people, including Tom or Pro Syndicate, own CSGO Lotto. And this is something that has never been a secret.
Well, that's nice to say, but me and a team of researchers haven't been able to find one example of him disclosing that he's the owner of this site, nor has Pro Syndicate. In fact, I went to his LinkedIn, and even there, where he proudly displays all of his achievements as a businessman, CSGO Lotto is suspiciously missing from that list. I mean, that's quite an achievement, dude. You own a CSGO gambling site. That probably generates a lot of revenue. I would definitely put that on my LinkedIn if that was something I was proud of as a businessman. Certainly, I wouldn't want to hide that or conceal that from anybody, right? Not unless I was doing something shady. Watch this clip and tell me if this is a man who's disclosing he's the owner of this site.
Now, what I was talking about earlier, I want to talk to you guys about at the end of the video. I've been starting to bet a little bit more. Like Brock, obviously you guys know he loves betting. He's posted a ton of betting videos on his channel and stuff. And he's been hitting me up. And we found this new site called CSGO Lotto. So I'll link it down in the description if you guys want to check it out. But we were betting on it today, and I won a pot of like $69 or something like that. So it was a pretty small pot, but it was like the coolest feeling ever. And I ended up like following them on Twitter and stuff, and they hit me up, and they're talking to me about potentially doing like a skin sponsorship. Like they'll give me skins to be able to bet on the site and stuff. And I've been like considering doing it. Like I think that'd be kind of cool.
Wow, dude, how cool. You got a sponsorship from this new site that you fucking own? That's like the shadiest thing I have ever seen in my life. I feel like I need to play that again.
This is something that has never been a secret.
And we found this new site called CSGO Lotto. So
Faking something like that and kind of being deceiving like that would be one of the worst things you could possibly do.
we were betting on it today, and I won a pot of like $69 or something like that. So it was a pretty small pot, but it was like the coolest feeling ever.
I don't know how you can sleep at night knowing that you put down other people with misinformation and cause them harm. Like, how could you live with yourself?
Like the coolest feeling ever. And I ended up like following them on Twitter and stuff.
How could you live with yourself?
And we found this new site called CSGO Lotto. So I'll link it down in the description if you guys want to check it out.
I found a new site that I think you guys are gonna like. How the fuck do you live with yourself, dog?
Problem with that would be if I didn't divulge that information, and I do. You can look at the descriptions of every single one of my CSGO Lotto videos.
But he says, I didn't do anything wrong here, guys. That's just why I'm going to go through the description of all my videos and update it to put a disclaimer insinuating that I knew I was doing something shady. My favorite part about this claim is that if you just go to his videos, you can simply check the Google cache and see that he's just added the disclaimer since this news came out. And even if you go to this video I just showed you where he lies about CSGO Lotto approaching him, he still didn't put a disclaimer in the description as of this time right now. All it says is best place for gambling skin, CSGOLotto.com. Not to mention the disclaimer he's added says don't play if you're underage, but the privacy policy on the website forbids only children from under the age of 13. So which one is it, dude? 13 or 18? Now this second video of his broke again on Scarce's news channel
But he actually had a very good response to this. He said that I do own the site now and I didn't back then. At that point, it was a feeler video to see if my viewers would enjoy that type of content and whether or not I should invest in the business.
Basically what he's saying is that he didn't own the company at the time of making that video, so technically he wasn't lying. If you look at the company charter here, you can clearly see that he was the owner from day one. Not only that, but he's the dude who filed it. He's the incorporator. He's the guy who did the papers and signed it out, put his name on it, and said, I own this company. And all of his officers there, Pro Syndicate is one of them, were there from day one. So I don't really understand what you're trying to say, TMartin. Were you the owner or were you not? Because clearly the charter shows that you are the original incorporator. As someone who loves new media, I love esports, I love YouTube. When this kind of thing is allowed to go on, it cheapens everything we do.
That's why we here at H3H3 Productions have decided to make our own CSGO gambling site called babygambles.net. We believe that 13-year-old is way too old to get started gambling, and we want the age to go down to 5. Because if you're old enough to play with blocks, you're definitely old enough to play with crates. We believe that children should feel the crushing defeat and crippling self-loathing that comes along with gambling, because it's never too young to start hating yourself and despising your life. So join us today at babybets.com/H3H3. By the way, I am not affiliated with this site. I just use it myself. I play with my children. They have a lot of fun. I am not affiliated with this site. It's just incidental. Please check it out. Thank you guys. csbabybets.gov. Thank you guys.
Holy fuck. Oh shit, that's fucking funny. Okay. Now we go back to the original video. CSGO scandal.
To you. After watching Rain and Adapt's story, I thought to myself, we have other COD YouTubers who visit these gambling sites and win huge amounts of money. Of course, I'm talking about TMartin and Pro Syndicate. Apparently, these two have been allegedly faking gambling and also faking winning huge amounts of cash.
Okay, I will
and this has been happening as we speak.
Fuck yeah,
One of the most recent videos uploaded was on March 6th, where TMartin allegedly wins $13,000. Let me be clear here. I'm not accusing anyone. I found some info and I want to...
Bro. Is that Call of Duty? Fucking game looks the exact same.
show it to my viewers. So, TMartin and Pro Syndicate visit a CSGO gambling site called csgolotto.com. I did some digging into this and holy shit balls.
Holy shit balls.
This site was registered as a business in Orlando, Florida. I thought it's just a coincidence since TMartin also lives in Orlando. But no, it wasn't. Trevor Martin, aka TMartin, is the director of this site. He fucking owns the damn site. He goes on his own site, pretends to allegedly win huge amounts of cash and do pre-rehearsed reactions. Seriously, Trevor, how much practice one needs for this reaction? So, some of you may know TMartin has a company called TMartin Enterprises Incorporation. I looked it up and it said he is the director of this company, obviously. But then it also says he's the director of CSGOLotto.com. And look, what the fuck? Thomas Castle, aka Tom Castle, aka Mr. Pro Syndicate, is the vice president. So these two own the website CSGOLotto.com and they allegedly do fake gambling and pretend to win thousands of dollars and also sometimes pretend to lose it too. Now here come the fanboys saying this cannot be true. I'm sorry, but looks like it is. There is more proof. Proof number 2, statelog.com, Florida business registration, CSGO Lotto Incorporation, registered in Orlando, Florida by Trevor Martin. Proof number 3, corporationwiki.com, CSGO.com, CSGO Lotto Incorporation, President Trevor Martin, and Vice President Thomas Kessel. Proof number 4, Better Business Bureau, CSGO Lotto Incorporation, Orlando, Florida, TMartin as president. You want more? You got it. Proof number 5, Florida Department of State Division of Corporations, CSGO Lotto Incorporation, President Trevor Martin, and Vice President Thomas Kessel. Proof number 6, Bizapedia, CSGO Lotto Incorporation, President Martin, Trevor, and Vice President Kessel, Thomas from Los Angeles, California. Wait, there is more. Proof number 7, InterCreditReport.com, CSGO Lotto Incorporation, registered for profit organization, President our very own Trevor Martin, Vice President Thomas Kessel, aka Tom Kessel, aka Pro Syndicate of California, Los Angeles. There have also been complaints about CSGOLotto.com where visitors have lost money and
CSGO Lotto is a well-known CSGO betting site used by many gamblers, well-known YouTubers such as TMartin, Joshua G, MoTV, Syndicate, and many more. From their site, you can enter 3 different types of high roller. This comes in the on that note, you would think the site would have great various other wrong. I've been having to wait days, weeks, months. Who even knows? People may even be waiting a year from now. CSGO Lotto, I've learned that your ticket can be refused and your CSGO skins money hard work will be wasted. Well, all right.
Have received no help. Trevor and Tom, in all seriousness, if you are doing this, please stop. What you are promoting here is illegal gambling to your underage fans. There has been a recent lawsuit against these sites, and Bloomberg even says that this is an epidemic that is spreading fast. These kids, man, they look up to you. They think if their idol can make $13,000 in 5 minutes, they can too, but we all know that is not true. You were able to make that money allegedly because it was your own website. Let these kids go to school, man. That will do it for today. I hope you support my channel. As always, honor the call.
Okay. What the fuck happened? Where's Josh OG in this? Why is Josh OG in this title? Maybe it'll explain more here. Part 2.
When I made this video about TMartin and Pro Syndicate owning CSGOLotto.com and faking alleged winnings, it started a shitstorm. TMartin is on a full damage control mode now. This is the sequel to Gambling Empire, so buckle up. By the way, big shout out to my homeboy 8 Thoughts for having my back in this. Trust me, you don't want to miss the end. Now, Trevor, do you own CSGOLotto.com?
Is that myself and a few other people, including Tom or Pro Syndicate, own CSGO Lotto. And this is something that has never been a secret. I don't
really, but you said something
Wonder
different
Child,
to
thank
your
you for your
5
7
million
months,
subscribers
man.
few months ago.
Now, what I was talking about earlier, I want to talk to you guys about at the end of the video. I've been starting to bet a little bit more. Like Brock, like obviously you guys know he loves betting. He's posted a ton of betting videos on his channel and stuff. And he's been hitting me up. And we found this new site called CSGO Lotto. So I'll link it down in the description if you guys want to check it out. But we were betting on it today, and I won a pot of like $69 or something like that. So it was a pretty small pot, but it was like the coolest feeling ever. And I ended up like following them on Twitter and stuff, and they hit me up, and they're talking to me about potentially doing like a skin sponsorship. Like they'll give me skins to be able to bet on the site and stuff. Obviously, you know, I don't really want to bet like my really good things here. But if I was able to get like a little sponsorship and get some skins thrown my way every month and be able to...
What a big fucking liar. So you said you found a site called CSGOLotto.com and you want them to sponsor you. This is so shady, man. You were asking your own site to sponsor you. Why you lied to your 5 million subscribers, Trevor? Why? Does this mean you also faked reactions and winning alleged $13,000? I want to watch this again. Who's with me? This video was discovered by a YouTuber called Cavo. Link is in the description. Check him out. Roll the clip. See how he can't even look in the camera while lying.
We found this new site called CSGO Lotto. So I'll link it down in the description.
He can't even look at the camera.
Ask him why he lied to you. Heck, you don't even have to type. It's in my description. Copy and paste into your Twitter right now. Trevor, explain your companies, please.
To take a step back and look at it, CSGO Lotto is a company. TMartin Enterprises is a company. CSGO Lotto pays TMartin Enterprises for promotion. TMartin Enterprises promotes CSGO Lotto. That's just how it works.
What a pile of horse shit. Dude, what is wrong with you? You own both the companies. You are essentially paying yourself. When you win from CSGO Lotto, you are transferring money between two of your very own accounts. TMartin Enterprises wins something from CSGO Lotto and Trevor pays himself. It's that simple. Mr. Trevor, did you tell your fans that you own the website before showing them how to win?
The problem with that would be if I didn't divulge that information, and I do. You can look at the descriptions of every single one of my CSGO Lotto videos. It says in there, like, thank you to CSGO Lotto for either sponsoring or made in collaboration with, or, you know, whatever other terminology I've used in the past. Every single one of those has that listed.
Wow, tell me if he was being honest with you. He tried so hard to cover his tracks. Let me show you what he did. He watches my video, then before doing any damage control, goes to each of his videos and updates the description. Piles of lies, man. Here, this video with the new description where he says, video made possible by CSGO Lotto, play at your own risk and please don't play if you're underage or it's not legal in your jurisdiction. But this fool forgot that internet is a fucking time machine. Anyone can go back in time and look what it really was. You take this video link and type in web archives and boom, nothing here when the video went up back in March, and new description right here. See how he updated his video descriptions and lied to the face of his 5 million viewers with such confidence.
Descriptions of every single one of my CSGO Lotto videos. It says in there, like, thank you to...
I have 3 sets of proofs of him updating his descriptions. I will leave the links down below. Please see it for yourself. Shout out to Psychotic Chaos for helping me put this case together. Being an owner of CSGOLotto.com, Trevor has so much power that he can pretty much do anything. Here, read this. The owner of the website, in this case CSGO Lotto, has access to the database which has a percentage saved, which has to be done in order to generate the hash that makes the website probably fair. The owner can use the percentage to win literally every game. If the owner plays on his own site, it makes the site illegitimate. There is so much foul play that is going on. Ask any credible CSGO gambling site if their admins, owners,
I think they're just YouTubers. Right? They never streamed on Twitch.
Sites. Guys, this is big. This is the first time in the history of CSGO betting that an owner of one of these sites has been allegedly caught winning large sums of money from his very own site. You will never find another video on YouTube where an owner of a betting site is showing his viewers how to win $13,000 in 5 minutes or any amount for that matter. It's like Donald Trump saying, I won $1 million from my own casino. Trevor, would you ever deceive your fan base? Can you promise?
Okay, so like I literally,
okay.
Faking something like that and kind of being deceiving like that would be one of the worst things you could possibly do, and I promise you guys, that's not who I am. No matter how much these smaller guys who like to tear at the bigger guys like to believe it, I'm a normal person. Like, I'm a decent person with a conscience and with honor and with, like...
He says, man with honor, and I painted him as a bad person. Dude, this is pure evil shit. Now read this 15-year-old kid from Sweden who gambles on his site. Gatsby, never gambling there again. Fuck, I hate this world right now. Fucking...
Never gambling...
Scum. How often did you gamble there? How much did you win? Gatsby, honor, lost like 300 there or more, and knowing some of it goes to douchebags isn't making it better. Gatsby, how old are you? Your bio says 15. If you're 15, then may I ask you the source of your income? Could you please explain to my viewers who gives you the money? Gatsby, I get about 1,000 Swedish crowns, which is about 115 euro each month from my dad. Of them, I maybe buy a skin for 50 euros in op skins and gamble some and make a bad video.
I want to make all these false accusations. I don't know how you can sleep at night knowing that you put down other people with misinformation and cause them harm. Like, how could you live with yourself? Like, don't you have a conscience? I don't know.
Trevor, now please tell me, how do you live with yourself? And how do you sleep at night knowing that you're influencing your underage fans to gamble and allegedly stealing their money? Every time you pump gas in that GTR, dude, it comes from some kid's lunch money. Let me ask you this again, Trevor.
No. Oh no.
Would you lie to your fans and deceive them?
That people know about me on the site. I've always been upfront about that. That's never been a
okay,
secret.
don't get me wrong. I think this is obviously scummy as fuck with TMartin. All these fucks is terrible. It's unfucking moral, all this shit. But come on, this guy, honor the call. Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
Yep. And we found this new site called CSGO Lotto. So I'll link it down in the description if you guys want to
What bothers me is when people say that I would fake stuff.
They hit me up and they're talking to me about potentially doing like a skin sponsorship. Like they'll give me skins to be able to bet on the
And lie to you guys and deceive you guys and just be like a shady scumbag, I guess. I don't know, I can't really think of it, but I'm 100% honest. I have.
Yes, he did lie and did deceive his fans.
See, this is the problem. Like, you had a bunch of people promoting skin sites, but the promotion is not the scummy part. The scummy part is them not disclosing that they are the owner of the site. That's the scummy part. But what happened with this video is everyone everyone put them in together, and that's yeah.